So, Mark, let's start with how you got interested in art to begin with.
I got interested in art when I was a kid because my dad did artwork. He painted, he drew cartoons. He actually had a cartoon for a while in the Tulsa newspaper. I was living in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And my parents, I always enjoyed drawing, and my parents got me my first painting lesson when I was 12 years old, and painted a still life, which they saved all through the years, and I still have it in my basement.
Wow.
So I first did that painting when I was 12, and that got me started in painting. And then um, when I went to college, my parents forced me to go into art education. I just wanted to go into art, and they talked to a professor who said, no, he should get art education because you can make a living that way. You can't always do it if you're just an art major. So I was an art major at IUP in the 70s, 68 through 72. And then had a sign painting business for a while in town here, and then um, uh, had a brief stint in Philadelphia where I worked in a cheesy art gallery, and then I came back here and got my master's in painting at IUP.
Wow.
And I think I finished that one up in 74, 75, something like that, 76.
So this truly has been a lifelong passion, then, and not just a hobby, a true lifelong passion.
Yeah, it has been, and actually between my undergraduate, and my graduate course, I did teach a couple years of. I taught 1 year in Blairsville Middle School art, and I taught 1 year as an itinerant art teacher in Latrobe. So I did do some teaching, and then so yeah.
All right. You got it. So, as a teacher, was it very satisfying then to kind of pass on what you knew about art to younger generations?
I can't. I don't know if I even thought about it that way. I mean, I enjoyed it and just tried to teach them how to do it. I don't know if I was found it particular. I mean, teaching elementary school can have its challenges.
Your painting does have a very distinct style to it, a very bright color pattern, I would say. What do you attribute that style to?
Well, when I was a kid, and this is probably due to my parents, I always liked Vincent van Gogh, and I always liked impressionist painters like Monet. I was never into painting like photographically. I always enjoyed the looser style of like Van Gogh and Monet, and the colors of Van Gogh they used. And so I would say I was pretty influenced by that. So like when I was 12, after I did my first painting in the class, then I did a copy of a Van Gogh painting. And I didn't know I shouldn't do this, but I signed my name to it. But I like Van Gogh.
You like Vincent van Gogh?
Wow. And impressionist art.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the project that you've been commissioned. How were you approached, and what was your reaction to the people asking you, "Could you paint a bell for us?"
Well, I was grateful they would ask me. I was thankful to be asked. Laura Harrington asked me at the Tourist Bureau, and I had done made some cards out of some of my paintings, which I was grateful that they would have there for people. And so I don't know why they asked me, but I have known Laura for a number of years, so maybe that was why. But anyway, I didn't really know what quite to think about painting on a bell. I didn't know if I'd be painting on metal or what, and turns out it's fiberglass.
Okay.
And I had to find out what kind of primer to use. So they brought it over here, I don't know, a month ago. And the challenge, the biggest challenge about it, was painting on a curved surface.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I do at times, if I have something really detailed that I need to paint, is I use a projector.
Mm-hmm.
And once I was criticized by someone for using a projector, but I said, hey, I had 3 semesters of drawing in college. I could use it. I'm just trying to save a little time. But projecting something like Jimmy Stewart or the courthouse onto this curved surface was really challenging, because I'd have to keep moving the projector inch by inch and trying to get it right. So I was honored to be asked, and it's just been really challenging, um, but enjoyed it. Uh, yeah.
We know that this is a work in progress right now, but and some of the choices seem obvious, but maybe you can tell us a little bit about what drove you to decide what is going to go on Indiana's Belle.
Well, I got the when Laura Harrington asked me, um, I believe I asked her what ideas she and the tourist bureau might have for it. And so we initially, I think I initially suggested, or maybe they suggested Jimmy Stewart, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And they may have suggested the courthouse, but then I came up with other ideas like the coal miner, um, and they told me IUP. They wanted me to put IUP on it, and they also asked me to put the V up here because that had something to do with Jimmy Stewart, and he had photos with a V, and because he was in the service, and so I I proposed, I think, most of the images on there, and so I would send them over to Laura, or I'd take them over to Laura and the folks at the Tourist Bureau, and then they would come back and they'd say, well, how about if we do this? And so I submitted a number of different designs and finally uh, managed to get an agreement on them because, on the back side there's a picture of the gazebo that's in Blairsville.
Mm-hmm.
And so at one point they suggested, well, there used to be a train that would go through Blairsville many years ago. I believe it was either freeing slaves or something like that. And so one of the designs I submitted had a train on it, and then they'd say, no, we don't want to have that one. So it kind of went back and forth like that with the Tourist Bureau until we agreed on everything.
So how long has it taken you so far?
So far, a long time. Longer than it takes me with most paintings, especially the courthouse with the windows and the columns. Just so much detail in there. And in order to, I still need to go back in and make it a little bit more impressionistic.
Mm-hmm.
But to get the lines, all these lines on here, um, I had to use painter's tape, masking tape to, every single line, 2 pieces of tape.
Wow.
And then, it took me a lot of hours so far. And the gazebo in Blairsville took a lot of time too because it's got a lot of details, fence around it.
Are you having fun with this?
Yeah, fun. I'm enjoying it. I don't know if it's fun. I'm enjoying doing it.
It's got to be amazing to you to be asked to be part of this big celebration.
Well, yeah, I am. I was very honored to be asked to do this, and because I have friends in town who are incredible painters, and so the fact that they'd ask me was really, I was really honored